Alright, it's a beautiful day here, the end of February, public land in Pennsylvania. I'm on a new piece I've never been on before. Parked the truck and I'm going to climb up on top of this ridge. Looks like an old cut up there, and just totally see what I can find. I was drawn to this little piece because it looked like a bunch of folds and some thick areas surrounded by a lot of private. I wouldn't call it ag, but just a lot of like open fields, things like that. It's probably where a lot of the deer are going to be feeding right now. And I think my strategy is kind of play off that, see if I can find some thick cover off that private, and just take a nice stroll through the woods today. It's a beautiful day, so at the very least, worst case scenario, you find out where the deer aren't, and you get a nice little hike in the woods, so you can't beat that. I do just like the look of this like inside corner. I took this 2-track all the way up here, and then I'm walking through this saddle up on top of this other, it looks like an old cut up here, but like right off the side, it's just kind of this area that opens up and goes down this hill where it gets all thick. So I'd call this a inside corner, and I just really like to see just tracks. If I'm just seeing tracks and signs, this is a deer area, that's all I'm looking for right now, because I'm not going to be able to, the deer I see, everything's going to be shedded off, and just getting around deer country, deer sign, that's all I'm really looking for today. So you can see a ton of tracks that come up. They just come right up here. It looks like they bedded down there, and they come up here to feed real easy, and just makes them feel safe, kind of be like tucked away right inside, right off that cover. So I'm gonna go walk through this saddle up on top of this other knob where it opens up, and I saw one good sized deer by itself. I'm calling that a buck for sure, and he came on the back side of the saddle up from this thick stuff on the west side. So I'm gonna go stick my head down in there, walk around the cut up top, maybe pick up a shed, we'll see, but that's basically what we're doing today. I don't see them right now, but I just bumped a doe and a fawn. Came across this top, went back down on this thick west face. So I mean, all the tracks I'm seeing, and now all the deer, I know it makes sense. I'm on top of this knob where a lot of this snow's burning off, so it's a good feed source right now, and it's concentrating them more right now, but it still means there's deer in the area. That's all cool with me. I'm just riding this shelf out, and makes sense too. That top is right up here, and then there's private down that way, big open field. So nice little bedding spot on this shelf. They can look down and see anything below, and then you can go right up over the top or ride this shelf out. So my thoughts on that first spot, a lot of tracks, got on a few beds, definitely just a deer-y area, and that's all really good to see right now. I know a lot of what deer are doing right now isn't necessarily what they're going to be doing come October and into November, but with public land, I found it's all about just like kind of keep showing up, finding deer areas. There's so many spots I've been to where I walked and like you don't even cut a track. So cut a lot of tracks. A big part of it too was that cut up top, and it's getting a lot of sun, especially on the southern end of it, and it burned off a lot of snow, so it's going to concentrate a lot of deer over there right now to feed. But still a lot of cool things to see and look at. I think it's worth coming back here later in the spring to give it another look, and then maybe in the summer as well to see what's going on. Hang a camera, and then maybe not necessarily even hunt it this fall, but have a camera up there, just let it ride for all of this fall, maybe on a scrape or anything else I can find, and then bank that information for following years. So a lot of my scouting isn't necessarily just for this fall. It's for you're investing like in the future too. So trying to keep that further outlook has definitely been helpful. But back at the truck now, eating my healthy lunch. Maybe back in the day, I'd probably go run to McDonald's or something. Then you just end up feeling like shit. But I notice when I eat good, I feel good. When I feel good, perform good. So 8 ounces grilled chicken, rice, broccoli. I also don't have a choice because I'm on 75 hard. I think I'm on day 21, so gotta eat clean. Hit the gym this morning. I'm gonna get all this done today and do maybe a heavy backpack ruck later this evening when I get home. But it's been a good day so far. I'm gonna take this truck, stay on this same piece, wrap around, go up on top of this other knob. I'm gonna play off some private. I saw a bunch of deer there this morning when I drove this road out, way up top, yarded up. But I'm gonna see if I can get and find some thick stuff up top there and just see what's worth seeing. Can't beat this. Well, if I found a shed, then it would make it a dang good day. All right, wrapping up here. I did come up on top of this ridge, bumped looks like a doe with some fawns on the south face of this top. This top is like opened up, bunch more tracks, bunch more scat. Just another area of deer, so something I'll keep an eye on. Maybe come up here too later in the spring, see what it looks like. All right, this is just another example of things I'm looking for. So pulled off on the side of the road on this other little piece. There was actually 3 SUVs. I think the guys were rabbit hunting, but they were down way in this bottom. Really just hiking in not that far, probably less than a half mile, and then bombing up off this 2-track. We're up all this thick, and it was miserable when I'm up top here. And it opens up like a little fresh green up cut, and it just things like this, like well trafficked this bed to feed is, and then there's some scat here, there's some scat here, and this is some of the thickest stuff I've seen so far on this face over here. So it's just things like that I like to see, take a note of. Again, I'm cutting a bunch of tracks up here through the snow, but something like that thick bedding, if it's thick now, it's going to be even way more thick come fall. Sometimes a little bit too, it's your spidey sense. If something gets you excited, drop the pin, come back to it, hang a camera, and then see what happens. So that's what I'm going to do here. All right, well, that's it for today. Covered a lot of ground. Didn't find a shed. Can't really say I was solely looking for one, but would have been nice. Phone says 16,700 steps, 6.8 miles. So not a bad day. Went to 3 different spots on new pieces of public and cut a lot of tracks. Did see a lot of deer, some old rubs, some good bed to feed, even though it's like some late season food sources right now, but I still think it's good to key in. So found deer sign. That's all you can really ask for when you're getting out on pieces of public, compete with other guys, lower deer density, big land. Yeah, so that's it. Until next time.